Yo, yo, what's going on? We're back again, yet again, with another episode of Lounging with Lucas, the podcast, man. Episode number 2. Uh, it's crazy, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're saying fuck it, and we are doing it. So, here in episode 2, man, I really want to get into just some stuff that's been going on lately. A lot of stuff been going on in the world, and just kind of in my life, with the workload and other stuff as well. I'm excited to get into this second one for sure. Another solo episode today, of course, but I'm real excited to get some people on here too. I've been talking around to some of my good buddies. Some of my industry buddies, and just some family I'd like to have on, and it's gonna be cool. I got some bright ideas for the guest episodes too. It's gonna be dope. But I guess starting off, I learned a couple lessons here with this first episode. One being, as most of you noticed, I ran short on time for my recording. Had some stuff I didn't plan for. I actually didn't get all the footage recorded for the last episode, so I'm hoping with this in here we'll have a good, clean, full episode for you to enjoy. Because I didn't plan for the recording time for this camera I got here. There's either a limit or the shutter for maintenance reasons probably stops itself to cool down or something. So I'm gonna plan for that this episode. So don't worry about that. Also, I'm gonna work on trying to find some better topics, more topics, not just a few here and there. I got quite a bit of stuff I want to plan for with each episode to make it lengthy enough to enjoy. I at least want to go 30 minutes minimum with each episode, but if I could hit about an hour, that would be great, I think. Also, I'm trying to work on a regiment to get a little more workflow going without getting burnout. I need to do a little more scheduling, to get the edits and everything figured out, just to balance it out, because I'm trying to keep the music separated from this, but also keep them both, fluent, keep them going. So we'll work on that as well. Just kind of some challenges I've been trying to push through here recently on the content stuff. Now, some shit I really think I needed to talk about that was just seeming kind of important, man, was the recent meeting. Oh, Trumpy boy, had with Zelensky. Vladimir Zelensky, the president of Ukraine. Just telling him about how everything, we was doing was to the very benefit of them, and that if it wasn't for us, they would be, at someone's mercy. Which wouldn't be ours. Anyways, I just thought it was funny. They were the whole time, him, JD Vance, by the way, JD Vance, my boy JD, was standing on business during the meeting, it seemed like. But him and JD and a couple of the Trump, JD, and a couple of the other boys of his service was just constantly harping on the fact he wasn't wearing a suit. I thought it was just hilarious. They couldn't let it go. Aside from the problems that we're facing involving them, it was just funny, them bitching about the suit. Like, out of all things, you're gonna gripe about a suit? Come on, man. He can barely understand what you're saying, let alone the dress code. But, man, this warm weather is starting to come through, man. It's starting to get really nice. I'm liking it. Grow season's approaching, about time to start up the plants again, get things rolling at home, whether you do your vegetables, you grow your own food and stuff, which may I remind you is very important nowadays. But getting ready to start, it's time for folks to start growing their food again. Not only that, but marijuana cultivators, growers and stuff can now start growing plants, starting up seedlings, clones, stuff like that to prepare for the season. You start getting your flower starts, all that stuff going for your flower beds at home, and it's starting to get up there. Storms are about to start rolling into, about to start getting some good storms, which I'm excited for. The weather, bad weather used to be kind of freaky back in the day. I've been in a few storms when I was a young kid, tornadoes, stuff like that, but now the weather's so calming, it gives you a sense of reality, it lets you know that, you're just a little speck on this thing that we call, Earth, and, one moment, my mouth is dry as fuck. Retention's gonna fucking eat my ass on this portion right here. Watch YouTube, on YouTube, whatever, I don't care what it is right here. I'm gonna get up, get my water. Half these motherfuckers gonna quit listening. Watch, ready? Watch, retention. Ready? 3, 2, 1, retention span. Bam. What do you want to bet? I bet I lost 3 viewers. 3 people watching just left. What do you want to bet? All because that short brief little span right there, where it was just silence. They call that retention. That's I've been reading into specs too about. That's something been interesting to me here recently, is the specs of shit. I'm not really one to trip over views or stuff like that, because really I've ultimately never really had any. I got my little few thousand here and there, my cumulative number of stuff here and there. But it's been interesting here recently to delve into those specs and just kind of see how in depth it goes for everything from the music to even just the episodes on here. I seen that hell, just the first episode of this done decent. I mean, for just starting it, not having any, kind of promotion behind it, just creating a secondary Instagram page, a secondary YouTube, Spotify, etc. It was interesting to see just how well the first episode done. So that's kind of something I want to look into and figure out a little more. Is how to take advantage of segments of retention within the video, like you just seen there, where I fucking forgot my goddamn water. Excuse my French, but it's my podcast, so I'm gonna unfortunately say some shit. You dig? But no, I forgot my water, so yeah, that kind of ate into that there. But maybe I did lose a couple viewers during that section. Maybe I didn't. But it would be cool to see just how long somebody watched into the episode up until that point. And then after, so on and so forth. So something else interesting too is diving into shit like food I've been eating. You ever sit down to eat like a Pop-Tart or a fucking for example, just a Pop-Tart or even just a hot dog. Hot dogs are probably the most weirdest shit to maybe try to research. If I was you, I wouldn't look up how a hot dog's made. I mean, you can if you want, but yeah, that's just one of them things. Sometimes when I'm eating shit, I want to, I get this little thought in my head. I'm like, you know what? I want to see how that was made. What the fuck do they put in this? How did they get from everything that was ingredient wise set forth for this product? How'd they get from ingredients to final product? And sometimes I just like to look that shit up. And you'd be surprised the shit we eat and just how it's made. I mean, some of it's pretty cool. Some of it's not too bad for you. And then there's some of it that's like, damn, we should not be eating that. But I think that's pretty interesting as well. Now, another thing I mentioned previous in the last episode was Q&As. I would like to start doing some Q&As, to those of you watching. For real, if you have any podcast related questions or any questions to me that you've been wanting to ask, or even something you would want to see me answer publicly, to see my thoughts about it that I maybe just haven't spoke about on here, or if you would like to maybe get on here or something, or you have a question for specifically, me and my viewers, hit me with it, man. Like I said, the email lvsproductions43@gmail.com. Hit that for all inquiries involved with that matter. Or you can just hit me on Instagram. Hit me on something on there. Let me know what it's for. Let me know you got something you want me to answer on the podcast. I'll shout you out. I'll give you a little shout out, and I'll answer your question for you. See maybe if I can answer it, or if I even know how to answer it, because I don't have the answers to everything. Though I think I do. I like to think I got them. I want it, baby, you got it. Shit. Well, Q&As, I don't got none yet, but I would like some. Like I said, I really need some. Somebody hit me with some questions. I'd like to answer them. I'd like to see how in-depth we can go with that. The convos, for real, that would be cool. Now, I do have some top 3 listings of some things I want to do. Got some movies, my top 3 movies. I don't think I've ever really fully mentioned that. I might have in the last episode, I don't know, but I kind of have strummed up on that, and I think I have an official account of what I would consider my favorites, my top 3s of certain things. I also have a top 3 I guess you could say life lessons, stuff like that, industry insights as to what, to do, not to do in the field of music and other realms. I haven't quite done it all yet. I want to do it all. That would be cool, just to say I've done it all. But I guess we'll start off with my top 3 movies. Something else y'all can hit me with your Q&As, as well as your top favorite movies. Or if you have any movie suggestions or anything like that, Netflix suggestions, whatever, hit me with them, because I would definitely like those too. Just for free time, it's always nice to have something to watch. So first off, we have to, considering it's a list of top 3, the movie I have to start off with first would be Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire. That shit is just peak cinema, man. From story to action to costume design. It's just amazing. And I watch it all the time. It's a film I grew up on. I even paid several $100s, no brag, several $100s for a fucking movie replica Spider-Man mask. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Sam Raimi's outfit is so fucking badass. Anyway, I want to get the full outfit for Halloween one of these years. That would be cool to do like a whole photo shoot, maybe a music video or something with the costume. I mean, I already got the glasses thing going for me, I might as well be. Next movie, I would say probably my number 2. And I could go on. I got a lot of movies I like, probably up to a list of 10 maybe, but all together that are my favorites. But I'm only going to do 3 to kind of give a good, just small order here, small order of what I like, for you to get an understanding of my range. But Blue Mountain State, The Rise of Thadland. Probably one of the most underrated party movies I had ever seen in quite a minute. If you had not seen that, I suggest you go watch it. I don't know where it's at on platforms and stuff right now, but that's a very funny ass movie. It's also just got some good actors in it. Also, I would say my third ranked movie of all time would probably be Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street, with Johnny Depp. That shit is hard, man. I can't remember. It might have been Tim Burton who directed that film. I'm not too sure. I need to look that up here. Yep, Tim Burton. Man, his films are just so dark and gruesome. But they're also, they got just a real erotic vibe to them, like I don't know how to explain it. It's just, he makes good films. They got, that dark side, yet a good story to him. But I like Sweeney Todd because of the music and the theme. It's so dark and wretched. It's in like London or some shit, or like it's in France, I think, somewhere. And it's just back in the way early shit, I can't even remember. But man, it's a good film. I love that Tim Burton-esque, dark, kind of gloomy, beautiful orchestra, beautiful music. It's a good mix. That's also why I like the artist Clever. That's why I like his music. It's very dark, very grimy, grunge. It's just raw emotion, and you feel it within every frame of the music videos and just the sound. So those are probably my top 3 movies for sure. Now, life lessons. I'm gonna keep this quick and short because I could really go on about this. But I would say don't lend money. Don't give anybody money as a favor or anything like that. And if you do not, 100% do not expect that shit back ever. Just make damn sure you don't give away your hard-earned shit, bro. Now, if it's some chump change, and you want to help somebody out, say them people on a corner at Walmart or whatever, so be it. That may be a different story. But family, friends, don't lend them money and expect it back. Also, don't get married. Don't get married. If you do, be smart about it. Make sure you love that individual fully. I mean, love that individual. Sign a prenup. That would be number 2. Do not get married. Because you will lose everything. Whether you're male or female, you will lose everything. One way or the other, you will lose something. Also, do not partner up with friends or family when it comes to business, stuff like that, corporation. Just don't. It causes sourness. People get sour, bitter, and it just almost 85-90% of the time doesn't work out. And you will lose in that situation as well. Probably money and a little more. So, that's kind of my top 3s of, just what to do, what not to do. Also my top 3s of badass movies, I've been trying to find some new shit to watch here recently, so I can maybe up that list. Also, I think about right now might be a good time, a good stopping point to transition over here to the next portion of this episode, so that way we don't run into the recording error from last time. Also, referring back to first episode, I don't have any sponsors, so I can't name anybody special during this little transitional period. So, nor do I have any show dates or anything like that to promote, because nobody wants to come to my shows, and I'm tired of dealing with shitty promoters. People that want to be assholes and not commit to their time at said events. So, I think we're going to take a brief pause here, and I'm going to hop back over to the second portion of this episode, talk about some other things. Book, movie reviews, stuff like that, rants, stuff that's been going on here recently. And we'll pick it back up. So, welcome back. I welcome you, oh so graciously. Oh so graciously, I welcome you back to my pocket. Would you like a little bit of that ASMR? ASMR while you watch me. You little peeper. You little peeper. You little peeping peoples. You little peeping peoples, you. Welcome back. Man, where'd I leave off? Yeah, top threes. That's where I left off. So, as you know, don't do anything I wouldn't do, which is quite a bit of shit now, after the past few years of my fucking life. But no, I think now, like I said, I think it's time to start enjoying this weather, y'all. It's not completely warm yet, but we're getting some nicer days. Upper 60s, almost 70s. That's enough to take off this shit and go do what you like to do. I'd like to start going fishing, maybe a little more. Just fucking sucks because public shit. There's always somebody around. Somebody usually lives there. They want to bitch. Bitch about you going out, and doing your thing out there. But, yeah, I can't wait to kind of get back out. Start up growing up maybe some peppers or something. I'd like to start growing some peppers this year. I grew some about a year ago, 3 or 4 different kinds. And I made some damn good salsa out of it. I'm a hot guy. No, I'm not a hot guy. I'm a decently average guy. Shit. I wish I was a hot guy. But I'm a hot guy. I like hot foods, Spicy shit really is the way to my soul, Whether it be tacos, Mexican food, I like spicy shit. I like peppers, any kind of pepper. But yeah, I can't wait to start growing some peppers, man. And some bud, some good old sticky bud, sticky buds, some sticky buddies, My plants didn't really turn out last couple years. I didn't really put too much money into seeds or nothing, but I think this year I'm gonna get some pepper seeds, some other shit, and stuff like that. I just recently got a microscope too, so I think that would be cool to use for certain things now that it's getting a little warmer. Maybe go collect some creek samples, from around where I shot the Hotbox Thoughts music video, the first Hotbox Thoughts, in the creek bed here around my place. I think it would be cool to get some water or some algae or just something like that, and look at it under there. Just see the wicked little life that's around us, Not only that, but, just everything, It's crazy what is around us and, lives in this world of ours that we can't even fucking see, So I think that'd be cool. That would be cool to fuck around with. Something I'm gonna be trying to do here soon, just for the hell of it. Why not? See how it works out. Man, I'm not much of a reader. But some books I've been thinking about trying to get here recently to kind of help me out with shit would be mixing books. To fully kind of help me with mixing on tracks and just stuff like the episodes here, to work out little tweaks and stuff that I may not know how to take care of. Also, with my new camera here, I got a gimbal set up and other stuff I'm going to be using here soon for videos involving the tracks and stuff. But I also am going to get into shooting commercials. So I already done one here recently for my nephew-in-law, Elijah Buzzard. He owns a construction company called Buzzard Construction. You'll have to check it out sometime if you ever need some cheap, quick work done. He'll get you taken care of, and that's from anything to, woodwork to etc. On house shit and patios and whatever, so commercials, I'm gonna try to get into that, and it's just good to maybe have the mixing knowledge, for the audio and shit. There's a lot of stuff that can go on with that, a lot of background noise, even just with this, fucks around here, making noise and people not quite, being respectful as to what I got going on in here, trying to make a living, outside of what I already do for work. This is more work, work that I actually enjoy doing, but you gotta plan for it and you gotta know what you're doing, I'm not just gonna go at it. I want this to be quality stuff, so especially with music, I want it to all be quality. And to better up that quality, I'm gonna get some books about mixing, maybe some books on, say, just editing, stuff like that. Maybe even some music theory books or something. 'Cause I would love to learn piano, I would love to learn guitar, all that shit. I played trumpet back in middle school, but that's the only real instrument I played. And then what little bit of stuff I've done digitally with my beats, stuff like that. It was all just self-taught, So I would really, if I'm gonna teach myself, I would like to learn to the fullest extent. So I think we're gonna do that here soon too. Get some books on mixing, stuff like that. I think those would be good books for me to maybe read. I'm not much of a fictional reader. I'd rather watch a movie. I'm a visual guy. I like the presentation. I like the proof in the pudding. So I'm not much of a book guy, but maybe I might get him that here soon. I got some shit in the reserve, some old war books and books about wolves and books like The Hatchet, survival books, other shit like that, fictional books that stowed away I probably need to read. I just haven't, shit I got when I was younger at book fairs and shit. Now movie reviews, I'll tell you what, not movies that I'm gonna be talking about here, but some good shit I've been watching recently was Reacher on Amazon Prime. Man, that shit is fire. They just dropped season 3. They put out about 4-5 episodes thus far, and they are all hard as fuck, let me tell you. It's got what's his name? Man, I can't even think. He played in Blue Mountain State as well. He played Thad. Blue Mountain State Rise at Thadland. He played Thad Castle. In that movie, he was pretty funny. Alan Richardson is his name. Alan Richardson. Alan Richson. Alan Richson? I don't know. I want to say Richardson, but it's like Richson or something. Some weird shit. He's a beast of a man, dude. Let me tell you, I would not want to piss him off. But no, Reacher has been a pretty hard series. I suggest that to anyone if you're looking for something to watch. If you got the old Prime membership, you know. I would take advantage of that because that shit's pretty fire. I'll say it again, that shit's fire. Flame. Flambe. Dexter. Man, fuck. I cannot get over Dexter. I'm honestly thinking I might try that costume setup too one of these years. I'm gonna get the little laminate badge. I'm gonna get the fucking gloves. I'm gonna get the fucking pants. I'm gonna get the whole get up, syringes, all of it, man. I think tonight's gonna be the night. Tonight's the night. That's what I say. Tonight's the night. Dexter, man, I've been watching the fuck out of that. Finished the whole series on Netflix. And then I found out there was another series takes place after Dexter. He's a little bit older in it. And it is Dexter New Blood. So I watched all that on Paramount Plus, I want to say it is. Exclusive little deal. They put out one season. And then they just dropped a spin-off series of Dexter called Original Sin. Dexter Original Sin. And it's got a young actor in it, Patrick something, I think's his name. Patrick, I can't remember his last name. His name's Patrick. Damn good actor. Young dude in it. It portrays Dexter in his young form. Growing up, you know, learning how to deal with his problems and stuff like that. I thought that was a pretty interesting take on the series. It definitely fed everyone's need, I'm sure, for new episodes and or new series involving Dexter. Of course, it isn't Michael C. Hall, the one that everyone loves, but still some good casting within that series. They're also about to drop here in the midsummer, I think, a new spin-off series of Dexter, where I think Michael C. Hall may even return as the man himself. And it's called Dexter Resurrection. Takes place after New Blood, I want to say. Because Original Sin takes place after. Or no, it takes place after Original Sin, because Original Sin takes place after New Blood. But, yeah, fire. Dexter, goddamn. Highly recommend that series. So, shit, man. Rants, I guess. Something I want to rant about. Was an altercation I had recently at my shop that I manage and work at, a dispensary. Not owned by me, but owned by another entity. And we had someone come in there. It was a frequent customer. And boy, were they not so friendly to deal with this time. They were drunk, and we're kind of talking some shit. And that's one thing I cannot stand, is a shit talker. In fact, especially a shit talker. I hope you're watching this too, by the way. They probably ain't, but if they were to watch this, you're a fuck, dude. I hope you know this. You're a fuck. And you're lucky I didn't bust your goddamn chops that day. Pardon my French, but this old boy was drunk, running his mouth in my storefront. Luckily, there was no other customers there. But, you know, that's one thing I will not take, is disrespect in a place holy to many people. You know, I help a lot of people find their medication in that place. And I could only imagine if there was someone in there that was trying to find what they needed and just couldn't and just left that day because some asshole wanted to come in and stir shit because they were feeling oh so high and mighty. Well, let me tell you, brothers and sisters, brother, if you are watching, I will not tolerate that shit, man. Nowhere. Not in front of my family, not in my storefront, in front of my patients. You know, nowhere will I tolerate that kind of shit because I've been one to just kick a motherfucker in their dome, dude. I'm not, keen on being that guy. I will be that guy if I have to. But, I like there to be peace, amongst myself and the people around me. I don't want drama. I don't want trouble. I just want everyone to enjoy themselves and everyone to be happy, satisfied, So that's something that pisses me off. Something that happened recently. This old boy just couldn't help himself. Just had to flap them fucking cocksuckers, Just had to flap them. Anyways. Another thing I can't stand, is when someone, wants to talk about life, or just what's going on with themselves, say you ran into somebody at fucking Walmart, somebody you would dread to run into, but you just seen them, you know how it works, you just happen to see them, and they go, oh, hey, how's it going on, blah, 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 and then they just spill their whole fucking life story to you, but then the moment you go to say something, they're out, they're uninvested. They don't want the conversation's non-existent no more. Oh, see ya, gotta go, That shit I can't stand. When you endure a motherfucker's lengthy-ass, dreadful-ass, miserable-ass story. And in the moment you say one little word about anything, bro, oh, well, I went to, they cut you off. Oh, well, damn, well, I went to blah, 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 And then you just don't get to have a conversation. It's just, that's pitiful. People like that lack fucking, I don't know what they lack, but I hate it, man, Either you want to talk or you don't. Make up your fucking mind. Just basically how I feel about that. But shit, also on just, stuff like that, being a better individual. Stuff like that. I've been trying to change up my diet, man. Quit eating shit. Been trying not to eat out as much. And when I do, it's very select places. Very select ingredients, stuff like that. Been reducing the salt heavy. I used to be a real Himalayan pink salt kind of guy with a lot of my meals. But I've been cutting that shit down, man. I've been dealing with some just flat out Dan-O's. Man, I don't know if y'all ever fucked with the Dan-O's seasoning. But that shit is busting. They got a original, and then they got like a spicy, and maybe even another one. But that shit is peak seasoning, bro. It can go on about anything. Meats, you name it. But I've been trying to reduce salts, been trying to eat a little better, as I mentioned in the beginning of the episode, I've been trying to get better about scheduling things, the episodes here. Like I did say in the first episode, I want to do at least one every week or every other. I think this would be the other week. This second episode here would be, I didn't drop one last week, but I'm dropping one the other week, which would be this week here. So, thanks for waiting around on that as well. Appreciate that. But, yeah, man, just been trying to get better on all that shit, As should you, with the change of the faculties and stuff on the just the government shit, you know, Food and Drug Administrations, you know, taking a change. It's good to research what we're eating now and where it's coming from, stuff like that. So, I guess, you know, we're creeping on kind of towards the end of the episode here. I just really, you know, wanted to cover, you know, a few things going on with me and what I've been thinking about here today, you know. Not only that, but, you know, just the mindset, you know, had to share it. I had to share it. I guess I could finish it off with a couple weird little theories I've been having, you know, I've always kind of thought of some conspiracy type shit. So, I've always wondered what the fuck would happen if you shot a gun in space. Would it even work? Imagine if some old boy was just had like a strap and was on the moon or something, and he jumped up and just shot the fucking gun, or say he was tethered to a ship and pushed off of it and popped. Would he go flying? Or what? You know, what would happen there? That's kind of weird to me. I've always wondered that. And then, of course, where would the bullet go? What would happen? Would it just infinitely go? Would the bullet just forever travel? If it probably would eventually stop, but would it? I don't know. It's pretty trippy to think about. Think about it. What would happen if you shot a gun in space? Ponder on that shit for a minute. Also, I have a fear of deep water, man. Dark, deep, mysterious ass water, bro. I don't like that shit because I don't know what's in it. But that's something I like to think about, man. What the fuck is in that type of shit? Deep in the ocean, you know? Deep where we can't see. Way out there in the lines. Imagine in the lines where the water like separates different oceans, you know, how they separate by color and shit. Imagine why. Why is there these barriers where these waters separate? What the fuck? What is it, to keep certain things from each ocean away from the other side? Is it like a barrier of some kind? Not only that, but just what's out there, you know, how much is out there, how deep down it goes. We have not explored that shit. You know, that's just wild shit to think about, son, if you ask me. Also, I just don't like deep water because I had a bad experience one time when I was a youngin'. And some family members of mine, about 30 minutes away, hour or so from where I live now, owned a processing plant at one point in time for deer and creatures of all sorts. Mainly hunting animals and other shit. Well, one time, when I was a youngin', I got pushed into this pit of deep, deep, dark water that was full of dumped carcasses and guts and God knows what else. By a little bastard in my family who was real young at the time. We was all out there fucking around, and we was all just taking a piss off into the water like little kids do, you know, pissing on shit, you know? Like little animals. We're out here just pissing on shit. You know, it's what we do. And, anyways, as soon as I got my pants up, buttoned, one of those little fuckers just comes up, pushes me from behind in that shit. One of the nastiest, freakiest experiences I've ever fucking experienced in my life. looking over, seeing fucking dead carcasses staring you in the fucking eyeballs, and you know what I'm saying? It's just weird shit. Now every time I take a fucking shower, I be washing myself with the water and shit, and I be seeing shit, say I'm thinking they're fucking looking at me or something. That's just shit I think about. I got a fear of water sometimes, deep water especially. Not just water, but deep water. That shit freaks me out. I don't know about you. I don't know what freaks you out, but that shit does. Anyway, it's one of them things. But I think that's gonna be the most of episode 2 here. Of Lounging with Lucas. I think we're approaching on to about an hour here, so if so, I hope you enjoyed that time with me here today. And I hope it was yet another enjoyable episode. I'm trying to work on these topics, I'm trying to work on opening myself to y'all, outside of the other stuff. So yeah, hit me with some questions, guys. Hit the old email. Go to my bio on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. You can find it in there somewhere. Contact me. Let me know. Let me know if you want to get on here. And we'll get it going. But yeah, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. And this was yet another episode. So hope to see you back in on the next one. And take it easy out there. Don't work too hard. And if you do, give it your all, and be proud, Don't overthink it. Just stick with it and hang in there. We'll see you on the next one.